Kansi. My name is Deanna Rader, and I'm the chair of Indigenous Studies. It happens that in 2012, up on Burnaby Mountain, the First Nation Studies program became the Department of First Nation Studies. And at that point in time, our department chair, Eldon Yellowhorn, commissioned a logo of Mouse Woman. But as we were coming up to 20 years on Burnaby Mountain, we decided to choose a new name, the Department of Indigenous Studies, partly because Indigenous is a more inclusive term. And as those of you who are students know, First Nations are one of the three Aboriginal people as identified under the Constitution of Canada. But there's also Métis people, and there's also Inuit people in that. And so Indigenous is a more inclusive term, not just to recognize Indigenous people or Aboriginal people in Canada, but also internationally. And so we thought that at that moment, as we change our logo, that we would also decide to share some of our growth and development with you by telling you some of the stories behind these choices.
The Mouse Woman logo emerged from the artistic traditions of the Haida Nation. Mouse Woman was the teacher of young people. I thought the symbolism was appropriate for our mission. We would be teaching young people and carrying on the role that Mouse Woman held in Haida life. A dozen years later, we are retiring the Mouse Woman logo, but she has represented our department well and given us a unique identity within the university.
We send you greetings from the Sďwawt Nation to honor the creation of our SFU Indigenous Studies Department new logo featuring the Thunderbird and Wolf in celebration of SFU's host nations, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and other Coast Salish nations.
For the Squamish Nation, the new logo in Indigenous Studies here at SFU represents some very important figures. We see the Thunderbird and also the Wolf. To us in the Squamish Nation, these are very important creatures. The Thunderbird, or the Indian Hyland, is a protector for the Squamish people. It also represents the sky realm. It is a source of spiritual, physical power. It roosts upon what is now known as Black Tusk, or Taktak Tlaha Indian Hyland, while the wolf represents family and the earth.
In Cree stories, we also have a Thunderbird called Piasawak in Cree or in Úxwumixw. And it reminds me that there's a petroglyph of a Thunderbird painted on the cliffs near my mom's hometown in northern Saskatchewan. So even though there are local stories about the Thunderbird, there are stories about the Thunder people in communities far away too.
When I think about the new logo for the Department of Indigenous Studies at Simon Fraser University, and I think about our change in our society, positive change for more justice and rights and action towards that, and how we're all linked within that struggle in our own ways and within our own diversities.
In my Blackfoot tradition, Thunderbird was the symbol for summer when the mild weather brought abundance from the land. It was a time when people congregated in large camp and renewed their connections with all their relations.
We think of wolf and canines who figure very prominently as helpers and companions to us, and even to this day, as important beings that we share our lives with.
And so these two symbols coming together, these two creatures, represent many things. They could represent students, faculty, staff, and our community here at SFU. Sďwawt.